Hello, my fellow alchemists. My name is Nigel, and you have found alchemy. Today we are going to be doing a quickie reading for money and career. So sit back, concentrate on what you want to concentrate on for this reading, and the timestamp will be in the comment section. I'll see all of you on the other side. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your quickie money/career reading. In this reading, we're just going to take a quick look at your money, your past, present, and future for it. So let's get started right away here, overshadowing your whole question, I would say, circumstance. You have the hornet's nest and the high priestess. I love that for you because, as we know, the high priestess does represent Pisces. And, you know, along with the representation of Pisces, it is a card of intuition, mystery, knowledge. As far as career, it could mean seeking education, higher learning, but it really talks about our gut instincts, right? And as far as money goes, it's like it tells you to be wary of discussing your finances with people. Look for red flags. Keep your intuition hidden. It's telling you that. And, you know, backing this up, we do have the card of, you know, the hornet's nest. And this is, yes, tenacity, determination, but it's also causing a commotion of sorts, right? Do you want to kick the hornet's nest? What is the hornet's nest in your life, right? Is it a job that you have that you're looking to leave? Is it something that happened here in your past? You have the landslide card. Now, this landslide card could be something that's already happened, or it could be something happening within you, or it could be something that you might cause. Here, when you kick this hornet's nest, the landslide, you know, is collapse, right? You're looking to, perhaps you're looking to collapse something here, Pisces. Perhaps you're just tired of where you're at. You have the astral travel card. And it says you can expect to travel, start a new adventure, or change, or a change that could leave you feeling both excited and fearful. And I could see that in your cards. There is an air of excitement here. There's also an air of fear. The only advice here, at least with these cards, is to keep your next move to yourself. Use your intuition. Do not trust so easily the people around you. You do have here the Wyvern, the Wyvern card. It's called Wyvern. I can't ever pronounce this correctly. I'm so sorry. Wyvern. And it says, you know, more to the point, it says your secrets are safe. We were talking about keeping things to yourself here. Keep things to yourself. What the Wyvern does is it keeps silent. It watches. It watches in silence. And it represents silent strength, silent ferocity. There is a definite pattern showing here. You do have these two cards. It says loan denied. It says new assets. This could be somebody asking you for a favor, in which they deny you. This could be, honestly, you asking for, it could be a loan, or it could be a favor, or it could be a job. It does say loan denied. There is something that goes on that is denied, and it's strong enough to be showing up here, but you will acquire some new asset. Now, this asset obviously could be a car. It could be a new job. It could be a home. But there is something going on here where you're turned down for one thing, or something happens where perhaps you even turn it down, but it does give birth to something brand new. There is a hornet's nest here, right? There is something you need to keep quiet about here as well. You do have the new moon in Scorpio, and it does say work through your fears. I like that, right? The new moon in Scorpio is coming on November 1st. Now, if you watch me deal out the card, you know that this card did come in sideways. And I should have left it sideways, but when I turned it like this, I didn't want to start fidgeting with it on camera. I wanted to explain it before I turned it sideways. So my sideways cards always denote a choice. With the new moon in Scorpio, you're going to have a choice on whether to work through certain fears or not. And that's going to be a choice that comes to you, and you could expect that by November. Now, here in your past, present, and future, it does say that in the past you may have been wasteful, Pisces. It says wastefulness, and I do use these cards more for Oracle than I do Tarot. And in the past, you could have wasted opportunities, you could have wasted money, you could have wasted time. But in your past, the wastefulness card did come up. Now, what I like is that in your present circumstance, you have dedication and stealth. And man, how does that absolutely fits in with what everything we've been saying, especially the stealth card, right? You are on a different path. You're dedicated to something. You are being stealthy. You are being quiet. You have spirit backing you up here, telling you to please be quiet about your next move. Your secrets are safe. Stealth, right? Hidden things. Definitely keep them hidden, Pisces. Keep them hidden. Your next move is going to be a power move. You might end up kicking this hornet's nest, but as long as you get away, you can let them fight amongst themselves when you get away into your new circumstance. And the last card here for your future is the Tower. And in this deck, it is unexpected change. I really like that. Absolutely. The Tower brings along a landslide. The Tower brings and kicks the hornet's nest. Honestly, the Tower brings some uncomfortable change, and this uncomfortability doesn't have to be you. It just could be sudden, and you are. It looks like a lucky reading. Now let's clarify this a little bit. I'm trying not to make these readings too long. I tend to go overboard, but in the past here you have wastefulness. And it does say bag. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. You may have been offered something here in your past that you wasted somehow, that you didn't take seriously. It could be a new job. It could be it could have been a money opportunity. It could be something that you're kicking yourself for. I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't do that. Like I said, you could have wasted money and time. For sure. You have this dedication and stealth currently, and it does say beware of greed. And I think this is a warning for someone around you. With all these cards telling you to please be quiet about your next move, I do think that there is someone around you here that is greedy, that might, I don't know, that is just not, there is someone around you that cannot be trusted. Take that for what it's worth. It does say celebration, fun, and enjoyment with the tankard card. So you are on your way to something really nice here, Pisces. You're going to be, there is something, perhaps this loan denied was something in the past, something that you denied, something that you wasted, an opportunity that, like I said, you kick yourself for. Maybe you wasted way too much time in a situation where you just don't belong. You have here the Tower, and I do think this Tower is a good thing. It says, do not step down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Kick that hornet's nest, okay? You may be dealing with you might have Taurus highly aspected in your chart. You may be dealing with a Taurus. But there is something here. You're going to be called upon here to make a choice. You're going to be called upon to put your fear aside in a situation. You are called upon to keep things quiet to yourself until the right moment. And I do think this Tower is going to be an unbelievably good thing for you. Very good thing. Give me one for Pisces. Reflection, projections. Your reflection may be a little askew here, Pisces. You may look at yourself or your situation, or perhaps this is a past thing. Maybe you look at your past and you're disappointed in some of the choices you've made. That is who you were. Those are the choices that you made. But right now, I do think you are dedicated to a new path, and you are being stealthy. I mean, it's come out over and over again in this reading. You're being very smart. You're being the High Priestess. I really, really like this for you. Let's pull one more card. Show me a timing card. It says a long time. I think you have been in this situation for a long time. And it does here at the bottom of the deck, next full moon. Next full moon, you're going to see some movement in this situation. There is something that's going to happen in the next full moon. Please write it down. And there's also going to be an opportunity that comes along in November. But I do think you have been in this situation for too long. It is time to kick that hornet's nest. It is time to create that landslide. It is time to think about yourself and overcome your fear, whatever that might be. Stop looking in the mirror and seeing something that is broken. There is nothing broken in the mirror here, Pisces. There's all good things coming to you. This tower is going to be the key to your freedom. Keep it safe. Namaste. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your finance/career reading. Let's get started right away. You do have the Frost card here. You may be in a period of pause. It is like stillness, calmness, pause. It's the winter. You may be in a situation where you feel frozen. You feel sort of stuck. You have pulled two major arcana here with the Devil and the Lovers. That is Capricorn, Gemini energy. And, you know, the Devil here, this could be temptation, could be a toxic situation, obviously. You could feel stuck in a situation here. You could be bound to a situation. You could feel, honestly, next to the Lovers here, it very well could be, for some of you, and this is for only a few of you, it could be that you have been, up until now, stuck in a situation with another person that has impacted your finances or career. It very well could be that you need to reclaim your personal power. This could simply mean human desires, right? Earthly desires for comfort, money, things, possessions, right? Sometimes the Devil does get a bad rap. With the Lovers here, it could be a choice, right? It could be, like I said before, a decision between a person, a relationship in your life, and your career. It very well could be, as we know, the Lovers denotes a decision in many cases, right? So you may be at a crossroads here where you're trying to make a decision about your life, a big decision, right? A choice between two different things. Interesting so far. So let's keep going and everything will become a little bit more clear to us. You do have water, and it says it's important not to allow your emotions to control your life. If you have the power to control your triggers, you do. Definitely, you may be feeling, and I know this, we are the water bearer, right? I'm an Aquarian as well, and we are accused very often of not having feelings, but I think our feelings are just so strong and so deep and so turbulent at times, we choose to suppress them in lieu of logic. And so you may be in your feels during this time because of this decision. It does say astral travel, and it says you can expect to travel to start a new adventure or a change that could leave you feeling both excited and fearful. Yeah, I could see that here. There is a decision here on the table between two things. I really feel that strongly. It could be between, like I said, a person, because normally if you look at the Devil card in any other deck, it is the Lovers bound, like almost the dark side of the Lovers, right? Bound to something, toxic, no choice, chains. And then you have the Lovers, which is much light, but it is two things in each card normally, right? A choice between two things. And you could be choosing between the dark and the light side of your own nature. But let's keep going here. You do have Medusa, and it says jealousy leads to a downfall. And if my Aquarians out there know the story of Medusa, Athena cursed Medusa out of jealousy. Or at least that's one version of the story, right? Because she captured the attention of many suitors because of her beauty. She was attacked by Poseidon in a way that I probably can't disclose without getting flagged, but she was attacked by Poseidon and she was blamed by Athena for that attack. So you may be the target of jealousy. There is jealousy here on the table, either your jealousy towards someone else, or, and I'm feeling it for most of you, someone else's jealousy towards you. That is definitely part of this whole thing, and you're going to experience that on some level. There is entrepreneur here, and you may have dreams of being an entrepreneur, or you are an entrepreneur currently. It does say here, new moon in Pisces, right? Meditate and contemplate. For sure. The new moon in Pisces was in March. I believe it was March 10th, 2024. So something could have happened here around March to put you in this position, to sway your position. Do think back to that time. But no matter what, you are being asked to really think about something. There's a choice here on the table, like there just is. And so you're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to sort of quell your emotions, and you're very good at that, Aquarius. So you could think clearly. You may be in a time of pause here during this time. But with this astral travel card, you are going to be moving forward, right? For sure. There is some news here in your future that's going to cause you to move forward. But there is a duality here on the table, the duality of two different things, a choice between two different things, two different ways of thinking. Because like I said, dark side and the light side, right, of a choice. Do let me know. Here in your past, there is greediness here. I mean, and these are oracle cards, but they are also obviously tarot cards. And, you know, yes, you could have experienced greediness in your past by someone else or yourself. Honestly, you could have been, with these devil cards, feeling a little bit of greed. But honestly, if we just look at it in the tarot aspect, this could be the recent past of you letting go of something, or you being forced to let go of something, letting go of your past, letting go of something that is part of your past. At the moment, you may be dissatisfied, right? It does say dissatisfaction. You may be dissatisfied with the place you're at. You may feel worried about your finances, worried about your path, worried about your future, feeling a little bit, as we know, the Nine of Cups is a very positive card when it's not in reverse. This is in reverse. So it's definitely you feeling unstable in your finances in some way. You may, with this Emperor card here, this is the card of Aries, but as you can plainly see, it does say authority. And you may be turning to someone in authority, someone who you trust, right? You may feel the need to reach out to someone for help, be it advice, a job, money. There's somebody here that is going to help, or you turn to for help, and that's coming very soon, either in your present time or in your near future. This could be a thought you're entertaining. Now, in your future, what's interesting is you have the devil again. The devil is big. It's Capricorn energy. But what's interesting is it is coupled with this victory card. You do have the Six of Wands here right next to it. So I can't help but think it does say temptation, right? And then, like I said, you may be tempted here for sure. But you may be tempted with something here. But I can't help but feel positive about this victory card. I can't help but feel positive about the outcome here. There's something going on here that, like I said, sometimes the devil gets a bad rap, right? Let's look into this a little more. I'm going to take half this deck, and we'll figure this out. Now, show me the past here with Aquarius. And, of course, it fell on the floor. Give me 1 second. Okay, it does say here, staff. It says, you will be taken care of in difficult times. You may have in the past experienced this. You may have experienced things coming out of nowhere. When you were at your lowest, help in difficult times, right? So you maybe have been experienced. I mean, it says greed, but I can't help but think this is really letting go of the past. You may have let go of something here in your past, Aquarius. You may have let go of something that put you in some difficult times, and somehow, miraculously, you have always landed on your feet somehow. But now you find yourself, and it says March. It does say March. Look at this. There is something that happened in March. Remember I said the new moon in Pisces was March, I think it was March 10th. And I said something may have happened in March. There is something that happened in March to kick this off. There is something that happened. Please think back and let me know. I'm going to pull one more card for current younger man. It says dealings or relationships with a younger man. You know, there may have been a younger man involved in this in some way. There may have been... Yeah, there may have been something that happened in March with a younger man. Please let me know. Please let me know what happened, what this is. You yourself may be a younger man. But the March thing is fascinating to me. Show me the future here. This victory card. It does say fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So there is some sort of, yeah, I mean, the wands is fire energy. This fire energy takes hold of you. It does say a two-faced friend. Wow. And at the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Dog far away. There is someone in your midst here, okay? There is someone in your midst who is not your friend. There is someone in your midst who... Maybe it is this devil energy. Maybe this person will tempt you in some way. I mean, you have Gemini here on the table. You have Capricorn here on the table. You have Pisces here on the table. You have Aries here on the table. You have March here on the table. Honestly, it could be someone's birthday if they're in Aries. But try to piece this together and let me know, because this is fascinating to me. But you do have this wand energy coming in strong in the end. And you're going to experience some kind of victory. You just are. But there is a warning here about someone who is not what they seem. There is someone who is not what they seem. There is a decision you're going to have to make. It may involve this person. This person may harbor some jealousy, some serious jealousy towards you, Aquarius, for sure here. You know, before I do this, let me pull from this deck. Give me one for Aquarius, please. Please clarify this reading. All right, we'll take two. You have two cards, actually three. I'll take all three, Aquarius. What? There's the fire again. You have Mars energy, Aries for sure, but fire. You have fire highly aspected in this reading, especially towards the end. Hot. Something very hot. Something that will evoke your passion. Something strong. You have karma and balance coming into your life after all this. It seems like you have been in this situation that has not given you any balance whatsoever. You do have here higher self activation. I like that for you. And if you look at your full year reading, the last card we pulled for that, and I remember this clearly because I'm an Aquarian, this was the card we pulled. Your higher self is being activated here, Aquarius. You're going through the tail end of something now, and I do think it is something that you're going to come to a realization about someone in your life. You're also going to experience victory here, but right now you may be very dissatisfied with your career, your financial situation, something to do in those terms right now. You may be thinking about starting your own business. You may have started you may be working for yourself with that entrepreneur card. Please give me a timing card for Aquarius, please. It says in December. Isn't that strange? And at the bottom of the deck, what do we have? It says try later. I think I'm just going to take this card out of the deck. I hate this card. Try later. But look, this is pretty interesting because you have in December and you have activation. And in your yearly reading, in December, this is the card we pulled. Activation, higher self. This is, I'm telling you, from now until the end of the year, you're going to be experiencing this stuff. You're going to be experiencing, you may be experiencing this now, this pause, this uncomfortable stillness. You may be experiencing battles with someone about money. You may be experiencing a choice. It's just, I wish I had a picture handy anyway. I don't feel like digging through all my decks, but you know, if you listen to any tarot at all, what the Devil card usually looks like. It usually looks like the Lovers, a darker side of the Lovers, except they're chained to something. You're going to be released from those chains. You're going to be presented with a choice. There are no sideways cards in this, but I can't help but feel that way with those two cards coming out so prominently. And here you may be tempted here, but you're going to experience some victory. You are. And you look, by the time December comes, you may be going through ups and downs. You may be experiencing jealousy in one form or another, but by the time December comes, this is total clarification that your life is going to be quite different, Aquarius. Go listen to your yearly reading if you don't believe me. If you want to just listen to the last part of it, do it. But take my word for it. As an Aquarian, I believe, and I want you to believe too. Big hugs, Aquarius. Namaste. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your career, money, kind of quickie. They've been a little bit longer than I wanted originally, but anyway, this is your career and money reading. So we're going to be doing past, present, future, and overall vibe. And then at the end, we will pull some timing cards to see when things will be coming into like fruition for you here. You do have, to start the reading off, you have Geyser. And, you know, the geyser is a sudden surprise, a release of something. And this surprise could be good or bad. Judging by the rest of your cards, it seems pleasant, but there's something else here, and we'll get to that. You have the world, and, you know, the world speaks for itself here, Capricorn. It is completion. It's graduation. It's an achievement. It's success, right? It could be global awareness for sure, especially, you know, being that we're living in the times we're living in. And it also could signify travel. But I'm really getting the strong indication that for many of you, this really indicates a completion of something for sure. And especially with this release card right here, it looks like you may be releasing something. You have here the menstrual, and it does say, let your intentions be known. And, you know, this card can herald the start of a new journey for sure. And, you know, if we just go strictly by the card itself, it is let your intentions be known. Don't hold back. With this geyser here, I don't think there's any indication that you will be holding back, Capricorn. There is a light warning here about overspending, watching your money. You may be an overspender, or you may be put in a situation at some point soon where you feel the need to overspend, and there's a sort of caution tape around that. You have irresistible. Now it says, expect a very tempting offer to come your way. Be sure to trust your intuition when the time approaches. There may be an offer here, and being that this is a money career reading, it could be a job offer. It could be a money offer. This could be from someone in your life. There is something that may sound too good to be true in the near future, and Spirit is cautioning you to really look at that. And here you have the new moon eclipse, right? It says expect powerful change. There is a partial lunar eclipse coming here in September. But, you know, more than that, I do think it says expect powerful change. I think that whatever's about to happen here, Capricorn, you're not expecting. And this is a sudden change here with the geyser. You're not expecting something. Something is going to happen unexpectedly. So let's look at your past here. It looks like you have some problematic cards here in the past, for sure. You have cunning. The Magician in reverse could be a con man. You have the Fool in reverse. It says ignorance. But more than that is you being unable to set forth on this new path or on a new path. You do have here, you know, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and that is a vindictive person. Now, this could very well be someone that brought out your vindictive side. You know, somebody that tried to screw you over, somebody that lied to you, somebody that you were ignorant to. You were ignorant to their true intentions. This could be anger, you know, directed at them, rightfully so, right? This very well could be a vindictive person in your past who you were ignorant to. But I'm really getting the feeling for the bulk of you out there that this is somebody in your past who used their cunning, used your ignorance to their true nature. You know, this person, of course, could be vindictive, could be jealous, and it's coming from a place you had no clue existed. But this person could have could have twisted your horns for sure. Now, in the present position, it does say delusion, but you know, when I see the moon here in reverse, look at the moon upright. You can see the moon there in the background with clouds around it, kind of cloudy, kind of hazy. It's Neptunian energy. A lot of people believe it's Pisces or Cancer, but it is very Neptunian. It's it's like living in a fog. Maybe rose-colored glasses even, but this is in reverse. So I always look at this differently from how these particular cards are presenting it, at least sometimes. And in this reading, I think you're starting to wake up. There is something happening here where you're starting to wake up from something. A spell that someone casts. When I say that, I mean that figuratively. There's something around someone's intention that you're waking up to, or you have woken up to. This is in your present position. So this is either you're starting to wake up, or you have woken up. You're like, you see very clearly what the heck is going on. What I like about your future position is you have the sword of truth here. It does say logic. You're no longer looking at someone with rose-colored glasses. You have the truth in your hand. You also have the crown, which is the crown of success. And you are going to be looking, now this could be a job that you had, that you were you had rose-colored glasses about this job. You thought it was one thing. Perhaps the person who hired you painted it to be a certain way, and you're slowly waking up and you're like, wait a minute. This could be someone in your life, an ex-spouse, a friend. It's money related. So there is somebody here in your past, if this is not a job, that sort of conned you in some way, had you believing a certain way, perhaps pulled on your heartstrings or manipulated the truth in such a way, because the Magician reverse is very manipulative energy, you know. Magician could be, a lot of people believe it's Aries. I don't. It could be a Gemini. It could be Aquarius. The Fool. A lot of people believe it's Aries. I believe it is an Aquarian energy. But regardless, and you know, the Queen of Cups is obviously a water sign. But I think that is whoever it is. It was someone stepping into these traits, regardless of their astrology of their sign. So yeah, you have like some interesting energy here. So let's clarify some of this stuff. I do like that your whole reading is being overarched by the world. You're waking up from something, for sure. You know, the minstrel, it says, let your true intentions be known. As I'm looking now that I see your whole reading, this could be someone that was putting on a bit of a show for you and didn't let their true intentions be known. I mean, it sort of fits in here, but it has a direct bearing somehow on your finances, okay? Show me the past for Capricorn, please. This came in sideways. It is the stork. It says news of birth or new business opportunity. This could have been, like I said, a job that you were offered, a business that you were offered. It doesn't have to be an opportunity. It's just news. You had news come in the past that, in my opinion, especially being that this was sideways, was false. It was a lie. Somebody was lying to you in your past here, Capricorn. And you have here the moon It could have been a younger man. It says dealings or relationships with a younger man. Now, you yourself could be a younger man. There could be a younger man involved in this somehow. Maybe this person is helping you wake up. I mean, if you're older, it could be your child that's helping you to see things a little bit more clearly. Perhaps a child was involved in this, like, in other words, if this is your ex-spouse, this could be your son. That's directly involved in this situation. If this could be someone at work, there is definitely a younger man somehow involved in this. And you have here logic in your future, and that is beautiful energy that you're stepping into here. It does say, Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. I do think you're going to be shrewd here in your future. With that sword, you're not going to think twice about cutting something out, cutting a person out, cutting to the chase, cutting to the truth of the matter mercilessly, cutting out a job. I mean, it's just, it could be anything. But there is someone here that was, that lied to you about a situation. This geyser is sudden change. Like we said, a surprise, a release. A guy. When I think of a geyser, I think of something that just blows, right? I mean, it's calm, and then it just goes, and you can't be anywhere near that thing when it happens. So the truth is, hold on one second. Let me just shut this phone off. I never learned my lesson with this phone. So yeah, there is going to be something. And you know, this irresistible card, this could have happened already here. Maybe somebody made it sound too good to be true. It goes with the menstrual card. It goes with, you know, something that there's something that's going to happen regardless that you are not expecting. And it is positive because what you have overarching this whole reading is the world. And you have also in your future, the sword of truth and you being very shrewd. So if you're worried, don't be. But I do think that if something is not clear to you right now, it's going to be very, very shortly. Show me this for Capricorn, please. You have in the autumn, and let's face it, we're a step away from that. At the bottom of the deck, it does say in March. Now, there is something that could have happened here in March, this past March, that either you were... It's going to be so different for all of you that if I go down this list, it's going to be pointless. But there is, if you think back in March, if you may have noticed someone's behavior change, you may have noticed that you got your spidey sense was tingling. You might have noticed that there was something going on with the energy around you, or it could have been very blatant that you found out something, or perhaps you were offered something. But I have to tell you, in the autumn, you are going to be looking at things a whole different way, for sure. Let me pull one of these cards for you. I do like this for you. Whatever it is that someone tried to do to you, whether it was a job, somebody about money. It could have been an ex-spouse, could have been an ex-lover. It could have been a family member. It could have been a boss. It could have been a coworker. But whatever kind of con job this person tried to get away with, there is going to be something unexpected that happens in your favor, and it's going to be something positive because the sword of truth does not lie. Here you have karma. This is what's coming for you. Justice, balance, Libran energy, yes, but you're going to get your justice in this situation, whether you realize it right now or not, whether you realize that you've been done wrong right now or not, you have been. And the good news is very, very shortly, you're going to have your justice. I wish you luck. You don't need luck. Not with a reading like this. Big hugs, Capricorn. Namaste. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your money/career quickie reading. Okay, let's just get right to it. You do have the Justice card overarching your whole reading. This could represent the legal system, as you see the scales of justice here in the background, but for others of you who are not involved in a legal situation, you do have, this is the card of karma. Now look at the fox. The fox stole one of the snake's eggs, and as a result, he or she is receiving justice for the snake, right? So you may be in a situation here where you're going to see justice. You may be in a situation where you're facing the justice system in general. You may be finally reaping rewards after a very long, hard period of time. You have erosion here, and this could represent you and what's been going on in your life. Honestly, you do have the erosion card, and the erosion card is being worn down, right? A change, or it could be a change in you as a result of outside forces, right? Sometimes if we get hurt, if we get backstabbed, it causes a change, like a needed change within us, not to particularly trust certain people. It changes us. It changes our internal landscape. So that it could be very well that someone or something or a series of somethings has changed your internal landscape. I do believe your August reading was the Medusa, and how, Medusa was changed into something as a result of things that were done to her, right? So she had no choice but to change. She was changed. And erosion could very well mean that you have changed, or like I said, it could just be that you just feel worn out, right? You do have the key, and that's great to have. It says locked doors can now be open. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory here, Sagittarius. Whatever you felt was difficult before will start to ease up now, because you're going to receive some sort of a key. These two cards came out together. This card in reverse is memory, and it says the past may be holding you back. And this is in reverse, my friend. So no more past holding you back. There's been a release of some kind. And it looks like a release after, or there will be a release after a very long, painful, annoying process. Perhaps you are dealing with a fox of sorts and you are the snake, and you're like, haha, it's my turn now. And you do have vision. And it says, don't downgrade your vision to match your reality. Upgrade your faith to match your dreams. The world is now your oyster, I think, here, Sagittarius. Here in the Moonology, it says, what do you need to release? Waxing moon. There is something here. There is the remnants of something, the last tail of something that you need, that needs to be released. You do have loan approved, and I like that. That could be an actual literal loan. It could be something that, a decision from the legal system that you have been waiting for, that comes out in your favor. This could be any type of decision that you were waiting for, that perhaps was not granted to you in the past. You now have the key to this now, and you are going to be receiving justice. And that is great. Here in your past, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And perhaps there is a situation here, in either with your job or your personal life. And if this has something to do with your personal life or family, it has a direct bearing on your finances and career, okay? Or finances or career, all right? So you do have the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. And when the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, it looks like you have stopped trying, working on something. You stopped caring. You're letting go of a dedication that you had. This is in your recent past, right? You just stopped working on something. And to be honest with you, it looks like you should have. The time was probably long overdue, right? In the center, which is your present, you are under some stress. It says oppression, but the Ten of Wands is really a high stress card. So it is a high stress card, and it is definitely a present moment snapshot. It is not permanent. It's always, it's a 10. So you have reached the highest stress level you're going to reach, and before you break free of something, you're going to break free of something. And this could also be read very easily as stress leaving your life. But either way, it's temporary. Here you have, at the end of your reading, the Gemini card of the Lovers in reverse. It does say jealousy, and very specifically, you could be attaining something here where someone in your life is going to be jealous. Their horns are going to come out. It looks like you have some good news coming in. And if this is a court case, it looks like somebody's not going to be happy about this decision, whatever this is. If this is just you leveling up in your life and moving on from a job, you are going to have jealous people around you, for sure. Now, the Lovers can also mean, and I don't think this is for a lot of you, but this may be for one of you, so I'm going to say it. The Lovers could also mean, in a finance reading, financial impulsivity, right? So you might be, in the future, you might become impulsive with your spending, and it's sort of a light warning to not be that way, right? You could have a decision that you might be mixing, some of you, or at least one of you, might be in a situation where you're going to be given a choice to mix business with pleasure. And this is a sort of light warning against that. But I do think that for many of you, you're going to be experiencing some jealousy in your future. For sure, from somebody or a group of somebody's. So show me this in your past, this fact that you stopped working on something. It does say wealth. You probably stopped working on it. Even if you stayed at a job, you probably stopped working on the job. Like if you were on your way, if you had one foot out the door, I know at least one Sagittarius listener had one foot out the door. You stopped working on it. This could be a relationship as it pertains to your wealth. But you stopped working on a situation here. And it does say dog barking, advice from a friend. Perhaps you did get advice from a friend in this situation that led you out of that oppressive situation. That's very possible. Or you had some sort of a warning, it could have easily been an inner voice, right? The dog barking internally saying, there's something going on here. I need to be vigilant. But either way, you stopped working on a situation long before it ended. Show me this present. It says flute. It says disappointment in a friend or lover. Well, that's for sure possible, but this could be, honestly, for many of you, a disappointment. For those of you who are in a legal battle with an ex-spouse, even a job, you could be in a legal battle with a job. You could be trying to sue somebody. It could be anything, right? For those of you who are in this legal battle, you are going to experience, and you might be experiencing that as we speak because this is in your present situation, disappointment in a close friend or family member for not understanding, for siding with the other side, for perhaps not having your back, okay? Show me this future. Show me this future for Sagittarius. You have barrel, and it says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So you may, in the future, you're going to achieve something here, Sagittarius. No doubt. It doesn't matter what slot you fall into of the things that I have mentioned. You're going to achieve something. You're going to get somewhere. You're going to receive justice in some way. If a wrong was done to you, you're going to receive justice. If you're in a legal battle, you're going to receive justice. More balance. When the smoke clears from this, you may feel that there is still something lacking in your life and you just can't put your finger on it. Let me pull another card on this. It says great happiness. It says great happiness. This might be a warning to really appreciate the end result of this. You're going to have some sort of an achievement here on some level. Okay, locked doors are opening for you. What you need to release here, maybe is in the future anyway, is your doubt. Is you dissecting your happiness and trying to find the hair in the potato salad? You're being kind of guided here to enjoy your triumph. Really enjoy it. Don't pick it apart. Don't pick it apart, okay? Give me one for Sagittarius, please. You have twin flame. Love that for you. You're going to be put in a situation here, being that this is a career a career reading. All right, so there's two different stories here on the table. I'm going to give you the first. If you're leaving a job, you could be put in a situation where this job fits you like a hand in a glove. You're going to be in your sort of soulmate era with your job. You're going to finally enjoy your work. For others of you, you may have someone coming into your life or in your life as we speak that is going to further your career or further your finance, your financial abundance. Now, this isn't to say that you're going to meet, someone who's going to sprinkle money all around you. But if you're in a really good frame of mind in your love life and you really feeling good and someone comes in and really makes you feel happy, that opens you to be receptive to other types of happiness and other types of offers and other types of opportunities. So no matter how you look at this, you're going to be happy, Sagittarius. Don't pick it apart. Don't second guess it. Enjoy the happiness. Enjoy the key you have been given. Enjoy the fact that you're being able to let go of the past. If you had to change to fit this new timeline, then welcome the change. Be happy for the change. Whatever you need to release, whether it be a person, job, a mindset, release that thing and enjoy your justice. I'll see you next time. Big hugs. Hello, Scorpio. My name is Nigel, and you have found Alchemy. Welcome to your money and career quickie reading. I don't know. I see pretty good energy here on the table. Here you have overarching your whole reading. You do have the Fool. Obviously, the Fool is a foundational card for a brand new path. You may be considering a brand new path. You may be on a brand new path, but there is newness here. There is excitement here. There is something really positive as far as I'm concerned. This could be depending on which reader you listen to, this could be Aries energy, Gemini energy, or Aquarian energy. But regardless of what you believe this represents, this is a new path for you. The rain here is key. Water element, like yourself, washing you clean of your past here, Scorpio. I like that. I mean, in some readings, this could represent someone being all washed up, but looking at your other cards, especially with this Fool card, I can't help but think you are being washed clean of the past. You have a couple of sideways cards here, and one of them happens to be third quarter moon, and it says adjustments are required. And when my cards anyway come in sideways, it means that you are going to be presented with a choice on how to view something. So how you view this time, Scorpio, is going to be so key, and you can view it as a time perhaps that washes you up, or you can be viewing this as an exciting time that is washing you clean, that you believe, okay, I have to make some adjustments, but this is going to be worth it. I do believe most of the Scorpios that are listening to this are really going to look at this like a challenge, like a positive challenge, like a positive excitement. You have another choice card here, which is Cancer, coming in sideways, another fellow water sign. And it says, honor your feelings and feel them fully, even the messy ones, to understand the areas you need to work on. The Cancer sign is noted for their perception, intuitive nature, domestic and sensitive qualities. So there may be more than one thing going on here. I know this is a career money reading, but this career shift, this money shift, may be, for some of you anyway, coupled with a domestic partnership. And how you view all this is going to be so key on how you get through it. There's a lot of newness here that you have to sort of sort through. Okay. And you also have the entrepreneur card. You may be dreaming of a time where you are an entrepreneur. You may, in fact, be one right now. You may be starting something that is solo, that is your baby. With the Fool card, I could totally see that. You may have done this in the past, but this is on the table for a reason. Something new is coming. The rain is washing you clean. How you view this time, very, very important. And here, this sort of goes with what I said before. You may be in a brand new love situation that is impacting somehow your finances, somehow your career. Maybe some of the choices you make or you have made is because of a love situation. But for others of you, this may be this may be something that you really love, that you're thinking about doing, that you have done, that you have gotten off the ground. Some real, true love is here, whether it is a relationship or whether it is a career move that you have made, or you are thinking about making. It's bringing in some beautiful, fresh, childlike energy almost. I really like this for you, Scorpio. Now, here in your past, and this is pretty much your recent past, it says cruelty. I'm not really feeling it though, but you do have the Emperor in reverse. This is more Aries energy, and you may have felt very un-Emperor-like in your past situation that you moved away from. You may have felt like your destiny was not under your control. You were not the king, the ruler of your destiny. You may have felt very ineffectual. You may have felt very powerless. You also may have felt like you were under the control of someone who used their position of power against you. But that is in your past, and that's where you're coming from. As of now, your present time, and you're either in this mode right now, or you're very, 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 very soon going to be moving into this decisive energy with the Knight of Swords. Very decisive, forward moving away from that energy, moving into something very positive for yourself. And in your future, in your near future, you do have the Knight of Pentacles. And this is kind of nice. You're going very decisive, very quick. You're making moves. You're moving into a new path. You're being washed clean. You have a few choices, but there is something here that you're going to love, and you know it, so you have taken decisive action and made the proper adjustments and choices, and it moves right into a slower moving energy. But this slower moving energy with Pentacles here is going to be long lasting. So the slower, methodical, decisive energy that's coming in is self-discipline on this card. And for some of you, of course, that may be true. You may be moving into a more disciplined structure. But for others of you, you're moving into something with the Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles, that is going to provide you with long-term success. It's going to slow down, and you're going to be able to plan more and really come into a mode of, okay, I've done this quick movement. I have gotten on this new path. Now I'm going to slow down and really make some plans that have long lasting reach into my future. And what I like about this Knight of Pentacles, at least in this deck, is that he does carry his sword, right? His sword is not drawn anymore, but he's carrying it, right? He's carrying it. And I like that. You go from having your sword drawn, moving into your future, to relinquishing your, not relinquishing, pulling back your sword, keeping it. And it's almost like an after tarot type thing, if you think about it, right? Moving fast with that sword, slowing down with the sword, and thinking about money and prosperity. Your reading is a lot straight to the point, honestly, than most of the other readings I've done. And I'm going backwards in the zodiac, so I think you're kind of like mid, right? Much quicker. Some people pulled 3 cards for one placement. Some people pulled 2. The cards are speaking to you very plainly. You're moving into a positive time. Let's clarify. We'll take half this deck. You're moving from this position. So you're either moving out of a position where someone used their position of power against you. It could be your job. Definitely someone at work. It could be you feeling powerless, saying, you know, this isn't for me. I'm feeling very un-emperor-like in this situation. It does say July. Maybe July was a key month in this, where you've made some decisive decisions, where something positive happened to you, and you're moving very, very this was the past, obviously, right? We're in August now. So let's look at your decisive action here. You have a cobweb. It says, protected from negative forces beyond your control. You're moving very quickly into a new path, and you are protected, Scorpio. Your decisions are absolutely on point. On point. This entrepreneur card may be something that Spirit is trying to guide you towards. So really consider, as you're moving on to this new path, something else. It could be a side hustle that you would be very good at. Show me this future. You have archway. It says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. You're really making some power moves here, and I really, really like this for you. This is like amazing. Just really a great reading. Very, very to the point type reading. You have reflections and projections, and at the bottom of the deck you have apology and forgiveness. You may be, and usually I'm not taking the bottom of the deck cards for these readings, but for some reason I was drawn to. There may be someone who is apologizing to you, or you're apologizing to them. I'm really getting from many of you that someone is going to offer you an apology. Yes, it could be a job, it could be a love interest, but you have projections and reflection. You may want to reflect on certain things that you're projecting onto other people, or that you might be looking at your reflection in the mirror incorrectly here. You see that crack? You may be looking at things that are not really there. You have come a long way, and you really need to pat yourself on the back here, Scorpio. It's amazing. Give me one for Scorpio, please. It says sooner than expected. This is your timing card. And with July here, I would say yes, it's sooner than expected. And it does say here, it's up to you. And with these sideways cards, yes, you have choices to make. And the way you view this time, the way you view this apology, the way you view your reflection is up to you. Nobody could force you to look at this positively, but damn, if I could force you, I would. Because this is a great reading. And I'm jealous. Plain and simple, I'm jealous. I love this for you, Scorpio. I wish you all the luck, and I will see you next time. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your money career quickie reading. Okay, so let's get started right away. We have the Empress here, and I like that for you. The Empress, in many people's eyes, represents Libra. Could represent Aries or Taurus as well. No matter who you feel she represents, sign-wise, she always represents abundance, and I like that. She's pregnant with possibility, right? You may be feeling, you may be coming into a situation where you're feeling very creative, because she is the mother of creation. She's a very maternal figure, whether you're male or female, right? She's pregnant with possibility. So you may in the future, or you may be starting to feel this now, you may come up with creative solutions for success and abundance. So you have the debt card. This may be something you worry about. This may be something you're in the midst of right now. This may be something you're coming out of. But debt is here on the table for a reason. And you do have the decomposition card, right? It says decompose. The decompose is an ending card. It is scorpionic in nature. But this is a card of new purpose, right? Something that is leaving to make room for something else. Here you have the new moon in Scorpio, and it says, work through your fears. And it did come in reverse. And the only thing I'm going to say about that specifically is that there will be a new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. And it's sort of like a time for cutting free of old patterns that hinder us. So being that this is coming in reverse, when that time comes around, you might want to look at your own patterns and see how they may be hindering you. Look at this. This is pretty interesting here. You have the card of separation. Now in a career reading, I mean, it does say there's outside interference, right? So this in a career, there may be someone at your job or in your career or in your money sector, right? It could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be a boss, it could be a friend, honestly. It could be anyone that has something to do with your career that is working against you in the background. But what's interesting here is that Spirit is trying to tell you that there are unseen forces watching over you, and you're going to either catch on to this or get out of this. There's going to be something that happens that protects you. You're protected. Spirit is trying to make you aware of it if you aren't. But there is someone in the background working against you here, and Spirit wants you to know that you are protected, Libra. Now, in your past, it says public humiliation, and that may be true. You have the Six of Wands here in reverse, and somebody may have been trying to embarrass you at the job, embarrass you in some way, gossip about you. It kind of goes with these cards, to be honest with you. I mean, there are some negative things here, but the end result, and I'm really glad I shuffled the cards and let them flip out on camera, because you have this great card here and you also have this great card here. So you may be coming out of a bad situation into a good situation. You may see this good situation already. You may not see the good situation right now, but I'm telling you, it's coming. So here you do have somebody working against you, no doubt, behind the scenes. Sort of like there's a menace here. You have discord presently, right? The Three of Cups in reverse, and as we know, yes, it does say discord, and you may be feeling that right now. But we know that in love readings, this could be looked at as a three-party situation, and being that it's in reverse, it's slowly coming to an end. And that also goes with this card, right? There could be someone here working in the background, and I've said it and I'll say it again, against you. It could be something as simple as gossiping about you out of jealousy, trying to work against you, trying to get you in trouble, trying to embarrass you. But this is in reverse, and it is coming to some sort of an end. And if it's not coming to an end right now, it's going to be very, very, very soon. Because what you give birth to through all these things is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is opportunity, right? Fire sign for sure, but his energy is what we're looking at here. Opportunity, taking control, making decisions, optimism, success. And another thing that he stands for is, at least in a money reading, is more permanent success, no debt. So if you're worried about debt, or if you're worried about in the past, your future looks so good here. So between somebody watching over you and this King of Wands and this Empress, it looks like you have this. You have protection, you have divine protection, you have coming out of a coming out of this energy. But I have to tell you, there is someone in the background working against you, and many of you will know exactly who I'm talking about. Let's look at this. In the past, you have yeah, it says public humiliation. Like I said, it could be someone trying to lightly embarrass you by gossiping or get you in trouble or something like that. And it says muddled. Honestly, this could also for some of you be a family member that is just simply not supportive of your career. But it does say forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And this is your past here. You couldn't see the forest for the trees with this person, perhaps, at least at first. You have here in your present situation, you have, wow, great worry over nothing. You may be very worried. I mean, I see worry here on the table, Libra, but you may be very worried, and it may be for nothing, because you do have protection here. There is something decomposing, but this decomposition card is an ending with a new purpose, right? When something decomposes in the ground, it doesn't simply just go away. It provides food for the new thing. Okay, so here you have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands gives birth to deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that. Okay, let's pull from this deck. So you have a situation that you are either, some of you are coming out of it as we speak. Some of you are still in the thick of it, but you have so many positive cards. And like I said, I'm really glad I do the shuffling on camera. And if you ever want to slow it down, use that gear shift knob, and you could slow it down and see it in real time. But here you have Mars energy coming in hot, man. And I have to tell you, a lot of people look at this like it's Aries, and regardless, it's a fire sign. It is fire energy, and you're coming into this fire energy, and you're attracting what you need to attract here for success. Let's look at your timing card. It's up to you. And here at the bottom of the deck, it says within 3 months. So where are we? We're in September, October, November, right? So within 3 months, and this is the new moon in Scorpio, this might be very key for you, but it is ultimately up to you how you view this. But I do think, regardless of what's going on and who's trying to knock you down, you're going to pull out of this. You have these amazing cards in your final position, and yeah, this is just beautiful energy. I really wish you a lot of luck, and I will see you next time. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your quickie reading for money and career. Very mixed bag of nuts here, but let's just get started and see. You pulled 2 cards here overarching your time. During this time, you have the Star and the Magician. You couldn't ask for 2 better cards, right? The Star asks us to believe, right? To have faith. And the Magician tells us that we have all the tools necessary to make our dreams come true. In this particular deck, you see the snake here. You know, I can't help but being drawn to the snake in this reading. So I think there may be a snake in your life, but we'll tie everything together here. You do have the new moon in Cancer, and it says you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. The new moon in Cancer was July 5th. For Virgo, you may have been experiencing some sort of emptiness around that time, Virgo. Comparing yourself to others, being dissatisfied with where you are at. It's very possible that that was going on at that time. And it's coming up in your reading for a reason. It is telling you you're safe. I do think you're safe with these two cards, but I think that whoever's reading this is, and it doesn't have to be your reading, but whoever reading this is may not feel that way. They may not feel very good about their situation. There's a lot of really good cards here, and we'll get to that, but there's some questionable ones as well, and I think that the questionable ones seem to be coming from within you. It does say the golem, a close friend, acts on your behalf. So there is someone here working in the background, either to help you or support you here, Virgo. You have smoke, and that is the card you pulled from this deck. And where there's smoke, there is fire, right? You may be experiencing some difficulty, perhaps some consequences. You may not be able to see things very clearly, which I think is true in this reading. You do have spending here. You may be worried about your spending. You may be overspending. You may be underspending. Spending is on the table. So this is a concern of yours. For one reason or another, this is definitely a concern of yours. You do have lucky gambler. I like that for you. It says everything that you decide to do has a margin of risk. Nothing's certain, but the biggest risk is not taking one. So, you may be stuck. You may be feeling like you're in some stuck energy. You may be coming out of that feeling. But I'm telling you, with the Magician, with the Star, with Golem, there's a lot of very positive cards here. And I do think your mindset is what may need adjusting here. But let's carry on. In your past, and this is, your recent past, you do have the Page of Swords. And this is you perhaps trying to be patient, being vigilant, wishes of success. You perhaps in the past you were very open-minded about things, and you might have had a very childlike approach to certain things, or you may have had an approach in the past that has matured, for better or for worse. You could have been very optimistic in the past, and perhaps certain things have occurred to make you less so, because you do have the Star in reverse. And this is coming from you. And it does say despair. I do think that's a bit dramatic for some of you. Some of you, of course, may be in despair. But it's when the Star is in reverse, it could be as simple as just losing faith, being bored even, right? Focusing on the negative. This is in your present position. If this isn't you right this moment, you might very, 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 very soon be dipping into that energy of losing hope, perhaps being bored, honestly. But you have the Star upright here, and it's very, very internal. Whatever's going on is internal. Here in the future, you have the Four of Wands in reverse, right? This is problems in your stability, your homes and family. This could be you moving. I mean, some of the Virgos out there might be moving. It's a stressful time, whether it's positive or negative. There may be changes to your foundation here, Virgo, that you're not particularly happy with, or you're unstable about, or you're unsure about. You're a very methodical sign, and you like black and white, clear-cut answers, and you may be in a mode right now where that is elusive to you. And as a result, you maybe not be feeling yourself. But with these two cards overarching your whole reading, and they flipped out by themselves, it wasn't like I went and searched for them. You could rewatch the shuffling and see for yourself. I do think that you're overthinking something. You are overthinking something. There is some smoke here. There's something that may be unclear to you. Show me the past here with this Page of Swords. You do have pineapple, and perhaps reconciliation was on your mind. There could be for at least one of you, there could have been a personal thing that happened between you and someone else on the love front that affected your finances, that affected your work situation. Perhaps you were looking for a reconciliation. Perhaps you were waiting on a message from this person. Whatever it is that happened definitely affected your mindset, right? And your mindset always affects your work and your money. And so you may have been in a despair, and it says take care, there will be a loss of material wealth. This is definitely in your head. Definitely you're worried about your material wealth. Definitely you're worried about there is stuff. Listen, this may not be your reading, Virgo. It's not every Virgo's reading for sure. And when I get these kind of readings, it's not for a lot of Virgos, it's for specific Virgos. So I apologize if this isn't yours, but I do feel that it's important to post because somebody's going through this and needs to be seen. So if this isn't your reading, definitely check your other placements. Your story's in there somewhere. But this is for a Virgo who is going through almost a dark night of the soul, and needs to be seen and heard. You do have this stress card here. The stress card for your near future, and it does say career. So you may be stressed about money. You may be stressed about your career. This may be something that goes into your future a little bit. And it says increase in material wealth. What did I say, right? It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Career. Now, and it also says stress. So what did I say, Virgo? I said a lot of this stuff that is going on is in your head, and your head is dictating what you believe your future is going to be. Try to get a handle on that. Try to get a handle on that. Let me, I'm going to do something for you I didn't do for anyone else. I'm going to look for another. Let me pull another card for you. Let me pull another card for you. Show me for Virgo, please. Just breathe, Virgo. Please, just breathe. It says breath, life. You're going to be receiving a new lease on life, a new breath of life. You may be feeling very dark. You may be feeling very... if you're not feeling that way now, you may be feeling that way in the future. You may have felt that way in your recent past. There is a close friend acts on your behalf, and that very well could be the spirit world. It could be actuality. It could be somebody at work, somebody in your family. There is smoke here. You're not seeing things very clearly. Everything you do has risk. And I do think that if you don't take the risk, you're never going to win. You have here at the bottom of the deck the equator, to make equal. You're going to be balancing things out here. I really love this card, by the way. You're really going to be balancing things out. You have to get your mind right. You just do. You have to get your mind right, and other things will follow. Your mindset really is everything. And in this reading, whoever's reading this their mindset is dictating their world. So that is definitely... And the change could happen sooner than expected here, Virgo. As soon as this month, okay? As soon as this month, you have to just please put the effort in to change your mindset, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that you're worried about that aren't real. And for some of you that are in a difficult situation, I do believe there is a lot of hope here. You have all the tools. And when in this reading, the magician that has all the tools is you. And the tools we're talking about is your mind. Your mind. I'm telling you, your mind, I'm getting a very, very strong message for a Virgo out there that your mindset can change your life. And I think you can accomplish this rather quickly. It's not like you're going to have to do this for months and months and months and hope for a good outcome. You can experience change very quickly. I really hope this helped. Big hugs. Namaste. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your money career quickie reading. Okay, let's get started right away. You do have the Empress here, and I like that for you. Obviously, I think you have pulled this in a few of your readings. You know, the Empress is male or female, somebody that is trying to birth something into existence, somebody that is fertile, rich with creative ideas. It does represent, depending on which reader you speak with and which source you read, it could represent Taurus, Libra, or Aries. And you do have Aries here too, so that's kind of interesting for some of you. You may have Aries highly aspected in your chart. It is a beautiful card of abundance. It's obviously what you want, because that's overarching your whole reading. You may be, Leo, experiencing a drought of some kind, right? The drought is parched. It's being parched. Your dream may be drying up. And when I say that, I don't mean it's gone for good, but there may be something that is not... Water in this situation would fertilize the ground and make it usable again. There is something you're missing. There is something that's not being done, but as we go along the reading, we'll get a better idea of it. You do have the card of Aries here, like I said before, and is coming in reverse, and it says a clear and direct approach is needed. Stand your ground. And as you can tell, this is in reverse. So I think Spirit is trying to tell you not to stand your ground on something. There is something on the table that you may be feeling a little stubborn about, that it's time to kind of relinquish that part. And it may have something to do with work, but we'll get to that. And here, like, kind of saying the same thing, you do have fixed moon, and it says hold your vision, and it's coming in reverse. There is something that needs to change. The way you're looking at something needs to change. There is something you may be avoiding here, because it says overtime, and overtime doesn't necessarily have to mean overtime at a job. It's just representative of work. So there may be some work that is required for you to do that you may be avoiding, and it may be affecting your love life here. This did not come in reverse, so this is not a negative card, but this is the card of true love and fidelity. And since this is not a love reading, this could be an aspiration that you love. This could be a job that you love. This could be an idea that you love. But for at least one of you, this could very well represent a person in your life that somehow ties into this. Maybe your decisions are being made based on this relationship. Maybe you need to base some decisions on this relationship because you have these stubborn cards coming in reverse, and you have this coming in upright. So there may be someone in your life that is trying to tell you X, Y, and Z, and you're like stubbornly holding on to a way to do something, or you may be stubbornly holding on to avoiding work in a certain area of your life. What's great about this reading is that you do have the Empress overarching everything. So it is a beautiful card of abundance. It is a beautiful card of success and birthing something and getting somewhere and nurturing something. But right next to it, there is the drought card. So there is something amiss here. There is something that's blocking something. And here in your past, you do have the devil, and the devil is, Capricorn energy. And on this card, it does say temptation. So in the past, you may, and this is your recent past, you may have been tempted to avoid something, or you may be tempted to stubbornly hold on to something that did not serve you in some way. It just didn't. It was a temptation. Maybe to fall into an old pattern of there is something going on in your life here, Leo, that requires a different version of you. And it was maybe something, there is a certain way you have approached your life that has always worked, and you are finding it difficult to make it work now. And you may be stubbornly holding on to that, but these are two stubborn cards coming in reverse. So keep that in mind. What I like about your present card is that it does represent Leo. It is the sun, and the sun illuminates, and it does say revelation right here on the card, and the sun will illuminate something to you. You may be in your present moment, or very, very, very soon, coming into a knowing. And the fact that you have 2 major arcana, it is a time of great importance. So there may be, all of what I just said may be illuminated to you, all by yourself. You may come to a conclusion all by yourself that you have to approach things differently to be in your best form, to be in this Leo energy. You see in this card, it's the sun is illuminating these 2 people, right? And it does say revelation. So there is something going on inside you where you're maybe noticing that you have to make some changes. Now, what I did for you that I did not do for the other signs, at least so far, is I gave you 3 clarification cards on this last card because I found it a little strange, right? That your last card was the King of Pentacles in reverse, and this is for your near future. It does say corruption, and I guess you need to be wary of falling into this corrupt energy again. And when I say corrupt, it doesn't have to be as ominous as it sounds. It just could be that there are certain things you have to do that you're avoiding, and you fall into old patterns, and you constantly take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and you're in neutral, and you're not going anywhere, and you're in this drought. And you're in this very fixed, stubborn energy, and you're maybe avoiding this work, you know. But the King of Pentacles in reverse in the classic sense is loss of income, loss of money, loss of stability. And I wanted to kind of expand on that to see what's going on, right? And so I believe that this King of Pentacles in reverse is a warning. It's a warning not to fall into this old pattern again. It is a warning that what could be, if you don't do the work you need to do, if you stubbornly hold on to a certain way of doing things. And here you have a bit of an explanation. And this is the card of being stubborn. This really is. Look at the look. Look at what's going on in this picture. You see someone, the universe is offering this person a cup, and this person's like, I don't know. I think I'll just look at the ones that are filled. I'm not looking at that one. It's a card of avoidance sometimes. It is a card of being stubborn, for sure. And here you have the Six of Pentacles, and I've said this before in your readings, where balance is needed, and you see that those scales, right? Where this person's giving to all different people. He has the scales. He's trying to be fair. Perhaps you're trying to take on too much. Perhaps you're not giving in the right areas for whatever reason you have. Whether it's you being stubborn, and I have to tell you that is a theme here, or it's you avoiding a certain work, or it's you trying to spread yourself way too thin and everything's suffering as a result. But the last card I pulled, and I went in with the intent of 3 cards, is the King of Wands, which classically, for many people, is Leo. It could be any fire sign. So being that we have Aries here more than once, it definitely could be Aries. Like I said, if you have Aries highly aspected in your chart. But no matter how you look at him, and no matter what sign you think he is a fire sign for sure. And this is you stepping into your power. But I do think you really there's something you need to do. You're spreading yourself too thin. You're being a little bit stubborn. And I'm sorry to call you out here. But it's true. You may be looking at something and snubbing it and saying, I don't want to do that right now. Or, I definitely don't want to listen, or I don't want to change, or my way of doing things always worked. Why isn't it working now? I do think that you need to get past something here. There is something you need to get past, because you have this really good energy. That is possible. You have this beautiful wand energy, this King of Wands. You have this beautiful Empress energy, abundance. What's needed is work. What's needed is to water this drought. What's needed is perhaps to put this love situation, not to put it aside, but like I said, for at least one of you, maybe to, balance things with the scale, right? Not to give. If maybe you're over giving in a relationship, you need to sort of temper that a little bit while you work on this, right? But for others of you, you might be working on something that you absolutely love. You're working on it in a certain way that's always worked for you, and somehow it's just not working the way you want it to. And I do think that something is needed here. But I do believe that for most of you, you're coming to this conclusion by yourself. Many of you did not even need this reading. I think many of you are starting to feel like there is an illumination, a revelation. So let's look at your recent past. You were tempted, and, you know, perhaps you were tempted in such a way. I mean, it looks like very, very biblical, but, you know, the devil doesn't always have to be toxic energy, you know, or like evil forces. It just could mean a temptation to do things the way you've always done them, a temptation not to move forward. It does say a pale. It says time. It says time to get out of a situation, Leo. Time to get out of a situation. And you have the sun here, which I really like. And that is happiness. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful... It is definitely a beautiful feeling. I think that many of you are experiencing this as we speak. And if you're not, you will be very soon. It's a feeling of sudden clarity. You're like, okay, I get it now. You know? And show me this King of Pentacles reversed for Leo, please. You have recognition, reward for merit. This is what you're looking for. You want recognition. You want the reward. You want the payoff. But you're not going to get it doing things the way you've always done it. You're not. There's something that needs to change, for sure. You want the reward. Let's look at, show me this card of being, you have two. So you have this card of being very stubborn. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, the wheel. And that sort of goes with a lot of what I have said. This compliments from an admirer card. It is a bouquet. It is usually a declaration of love. It is coming in reverse. I don't always read these cards in reverse, but I think that it really fits. If you're in that love situation, it may be that your loved one isn't happy with the situation that you're in. You need more balance here, according to this 6 card. And it does say fair woman. So for many of you, you're either a fair woman yourself here, or you could be dealing with a fair woman, right? It says dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. What I always look at fair woman, fair man, as I look at it as complexion. I could look at it as fair in attitude, very fair person. But I do think it's, in this situation, it's probably the way someone looks, and their complexion is light. So they could be, you know, a person of color with very light skin, or they could be someone who's Caucasian, right? Whatever fair is to you, somebody light, right? Somebody with light skin. And it has come in to clarify the balance card, right? So you may be in a situation where you have to balance this relationship or this person with these goals. You have the King of Wands here as your final card, and you have boat, right? Money or property through an inheritance or windfall. The boat, in my opinion, is usually like the 6 of Swords. You're getting in a boat and you're moving forward, and nothing moves forward quite as nice as this beautiful King of Wands. And you have rabbit. Too much concern. It says too much concern over sexual matters. Now, it doesn't have to be that, right? It like I said, it could be a relationship that needs to be tempered a little bit in order for you to fairly distribute this energy, time, whatever, throughout your life, right? But I do think here, Leo, that there is something getting in the way, and I think it's more than one thing. And I think that this temptation, there may be a temptation to blame, not blame, but to say, well, I don't really have time for everything, right? Or you do, but you do. You kind of do. And you know it. Leos are very driven. They're very ambitious. And if this is going on in a Leo's reading, it's a block coming within you. Because I honestly don't think Leos see anything as insurmountable. So there is something coming in, and your choice, these are your two choices. You're either going to be the King of Pentacles in reverse or the King of Wands upright. The King of Pentacles in reverse being problems with money, problems with reaching goals, problems with long-term abundance, or the man who's driven, male or female, the person who is driven to go forward and win and end this drought. Let's pull a timing card for you. Let's pull a timing card. For Leo, give me a timing card for Leo, please. In a few weeks, things could change as easily as within a few weeks. You have something here, and it says within 3 months. So things can start to change within a few weeks, and within 3 months, your problems can really be over as far as anything I've discussed in this reading. If you take the initiative, you have to take the initiative and move forward with something and stop being so stubborn. And if you do that, within a few weeks, you're going to start to see progress. And within a few months, your goal, some kind of goal that is here on this table, is going to be attained. And you can step into this energy. But you may very well feel like this right now. It very well might be something like that. Let me pull one of these cards for you. This is something else I didn't do for anyone else, but give me one for Leo. Just give me one card for Leo. All right, I'll take two. You do have Capricorn here, and that is the card of the devil. It does say you need to be disciplined, right? There's a discipline that's needed, especially with this overtime card. And you have water, and it says refreshing mysterious fluid. And what did I say? What is needed for this drought? Water is needed. What do you use to water your soil? It's hard work. It's being disciplined. It's being, forward moving, having this forward moving energy. Listen, there is no such thing as a Leo who fails unless he allows it or she allows it. It's too much of a success sign. All right. That's your brand. So don't throw that away. Use your energy that you were born with and go forward and take the stubborn energy and put it towards this. Put it towards this instead of that. I hope this helped. Big hugs, Leo. I'll see you next time. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your career money quickie reading. Okay, let's get started. You do have overarching this whole reading. You do have Justice, and I love this Justice card. It's very, very different. You do see the obvious scales. This is the card of Libra, but the fox has stolen one of the snake's eggs. And the fox has received its justice as the snake is wrapping around and striking at the fox. There may be a situation like that going on in your life where you feel like perhaps you may have been treated unfairly in the past, but I have to tell you, if that is the case, your justice is coming. This also could very simply be represent Libra season, which is coming up like September 23rd. You could have Libra highly aspected in your chart as well. But honestly, I see balance here. Those scales always appear on pretty much every Justice card, and it's there for a reason. You do have a tsunami. There may be something that happens suddenly, unexpected, out of the blue here with the tsunami card. It's not necessarily bad. It's just very sudden, and it seems to wash away something. Washes away. It could wash away bad feelings, negativity. It could wash away something that's in your life that you thought was permanent. But as we clarify everything, we'll get a better picture of that. It does say dream. It says your dreams at this time are providing insights into the issues that are playing on your mind and are in need of healing. I do believe that there was your August 2024 reading was about healing something from your past. There may be something that needs to be healed here, but at the very least, pay attention to your dreams. There is no sign, in my opinion, that's more intuitive than Cancer, and you're very sensitive to energy. You're very sensitive to symbolism. So if you start receiving prophetic dreams, definitely keep a pad and paper by your bed, because this might be a very good time for that, receiving messages like that. You do have the Wizard here, and I like that. It says use your skills to aid others. So on the note, I mean, what's interesting here is that I believe that your August 2024 reading was very like that, to be a beacon for others and share how you've healed yourself, what you've been through. It might really help other people. You have a skill here that's being untapped. But for most of you, for many of you anyway, the Wizard is kind of like the magician, right? He has all the tools necessary to manifest. And that was another big part of your reading, the ability to manifest your dreams, right? But there is like something here on the table as far as this particular Justice card in particular always leads me down a path that somebody's going to get their just desserts. You do have full moon in Scorpio here, and it says that it's time to release negativity. There may be some negativity that you are that you're harboring, perhaps towards this person. If you have somebody in your life that you feel really needs a karmic wake-up call, let the universe deal with that person and release the negativity from yourself. So once you release that and you let the universe take care of it, you'll see that honestly 9 times out of 10 that's exactly what happens, and all that negativity will no longer be inside you. You do have credit repair, and there may be something, it does say you could take this very literally, right? Maybe your credit is in need of repair, but for many of you, I think there is something in your life that needs repairing. It could be like we talked about, you need to heal from something. And for this to come out in a finance reading, it means it has an impact, right? It could be a relationship from your past that you need to repair in order to move forward in some way in your career. That very well could be. Maybe you lost contact with someone. I don't know. I mean, it may not be as ominous as it sounds, but for each of you, it's going to be different. But there is something coming in to wash the situation clean. There is something coming in. Now, in the past, in your past here, you do have the World, right? And yes, this could, it says completion. So you could have completed some sort of a cycle recently. You could have been traveling in your past for sure, but it's normally some kind of an achievement, right? And if you didn't actually complete something, then it was heavily on your mind that you wanted to achieve something in your recent past that's sort of taking the thoughts of it took over that slot. So if you did not actually complete something, you were maybe thinking very, very strongly, seriously, long term. You were thinking about how can I move on to the next level? How could I complete this and move on? Somehow all of this ties in with it. The fact that you do have the power to manifest, the fact that you need to heal something within yourself. The fact that the waters will come in and wash the situation clean, but you do have to release something to this tsunami. Just release it. All right, let the universe take care of it. You may have to repair something, like I said, either within yourself or perhaps a relationship that can open the door for a new opportunity for you. Now, what's interesting here is you have 2 sideways cards, and my sideways cards are usually choices. They're either choices you're going to have to make, or you're going to waffle between looking at something two ways, right? So right now in your present column, you have the King of Cups. I'm pretty sure that the King of Cups came out in your reading. And so this could be someone you're actually dealing with, somebody that perhaps ties in with this card. The King of Cups could be a narcissist, honestly. This person can waffle between being a narcissist and being quite responsible. Now, if this is you, you may waffle between being wise and diplomatic, right? And balanced and devoted, to overwhelmed, anxious, repressing emotions. You may be in that situation now or in the very, very, very near future where you're waffling. You may be anxious one day or 1 minute, and you may be the next minute very, a nice balance between your head and your heart, devoted, stable. You may be in a period of flux where you're waffling between those two feelings if this is not a person that you're dealing with. Now, here in your future, what's interesting is you have a choice. And it's a choice of some sort of a partnership, right? And obviously on the card it says attraction and rejection. But this is the Two of Cups, right? And in a love reading, what is it? It's a partnership. And in a career reading, you're going to have to decide here, Cancer, between joining forces with someone, having mutual respect and trusting the unity, or withdrawing from this situation, right? Maybe not trusting it, maybe, feeling tension about it. You're going to have to make a choice, I really believe, for most of you anyway, about a partnership that is going to be on the table, and you're going to have to decide whether to trust it or not. And these sideways cards means you are in full control of the situation, and you could do this, or you can just do this. This is under your control. Even if this is a person that you're dealing with that isn't the nicest, most stable person in the world, you're going to be presented with a choice on whether to deal with this person or not. If this is you, then you're going to have a choice on whether to react. You're going to have more of a choice than you think. You're going to be able to be the ruler of your own emotions in life. I do think, and I keep going back to this card, that there is someone here that did you dirty in some way, and they're going, man, are they going to get it? They're going to get it, and it wouldn't surprise me if it happened during Libra season, honestly. So let's look at the world, right? So this could be travel. It could be you obsessively thinking about ending a cycle and starting a new one. Or it could be that you recently have done that, right? But with this in your future, I think for many of you, this was a thought that you really wanted. And it does say sorrow over a loss, right? So for many of you, you did not complete the cycle, and that's something you really wanted to do. But this was your past, okay? And you may have felt bad about that. Maybe this person had something to do with it. But there is something that you need to repair. I mean, show me this King of Cups. You have Nest. It says, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. I do think that, listen, it seems as though there's two groups I'm speaking with. I'm speaking to someone who has had, and the reason I'm saying this is because of your monthly reading. There's a a Cancer out there who is dealing with the scars from their upbringing. They were not meant to feel secure when they were growing up. There was something going on here. There was definitely something going on here that ruined your stability. Maybe it has something to do with this person who's going to see their karma. It's very, very possible. And for others of you, this could be you. You want to feel secure. You want to feel balanced. You don't want to waffle like this. And it's temporary energy. I'm here to tell you it is temporary energy. Let's just grab this other half. And you are going to be presented with this choice on whether to partner up with someone or not. And you're either going to be presented with something and they're going to say, how about it? Or you're going to consider reaching out to this person, and it's a choice you're going to make in the future. You may feel two ways about it right now, but there is an exciting event coming here. There is an exciting event coming here for you. I do think something good's going to happen, but man, I would love to know who this is. Who this person is that did you dirty, because they are going to see. It says more than a year, and I was talking about this. Now, have patience with the universe. If somebody did you dirty here, Cancer, just know that they're going to get theirs. And you just sort of release it into the water that is going to wash you clean. Let it go. And at some point, you're going to hear something. You're going to hear I'm not saying you're wishing bad on someone, but by releasing it, you're letting the universe decide. And I'm telling you, the universe is going to decide in your favor. You do have very soon here as far as your goals. And I like that for you. So you have all the tools that you need. You have a couple of decisions that you have to make. This is definitely stemming from some sort of family thing for some of you. And for others of you, this is an instability that you feel that is temporary within yourself. But in the future, you're going to have this choice on whether to go ahead with some sort of partnership, help from someone, an open door. Maybe you're going to ask someone to open a door for you. I don't know. But there is something that's going to go on here in your future that's going to be a choice that you make. Let's pull one from this deck here, and we'll close out your quickie. Do let me know who that person is that did you dirty. Give me one for Cancer, please. Lilith. Power, activism, vengeance. There may be part of you that does want revenge. There may be part of you that does. But if that's not the case, it is a powerful, powerful omen. And activism is an action card. And I do think that you have all the tools. And I said this in your August reading, and this is backing that up. You have the tools to create and manifest it within this period of time. And very soon, you can definitely see movement. You can definitely see something really good happen. This person, just release it. This may happen. This may take a while, but let the waters just wash you clean of this burden. This person, this could be someone that stabbed you in the back at work, for sure. But for many of you, this is stemming from family stuff. It could be a family bully. It could be anything like that. I really wish you the best. I will see you next time. Big hugs. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your career money reading. Your readings never disappoint. I think I only have 2 readings left for this series. And so far, you're the only one who has pulled 3 cards overarching this time. You pulled 3 major arcana, which is a huge deal. This is a powerful time for you. And so I pulled 3 clarification cards because I felt this was important. The only other sign I did that for so far was Leo. Different reasons, but similar strong energy. So you do have the tornado. Tornadoes, as we know, are destructive forces of nature, right? Chaos, upheaval, right? Being picked up and put into a storm-like environment. You have, I will get to those cards in a second. I think I should just go around them first. You do have full moon in Cancer here. It says a personal issue reaches a resolution. This came in reverse for full moon in Cancer. Perhaps you're really trying to reach a conclusion. You're really trying to reach a resolution, and it just isn't happening, or it hasn't happened so far. Cancer is highly aspected in this reading for many reasons, and we'll get to the other reasons, but the first reason is the full moon in Cancer card. Now, there was a full moon in Cancer on July 21st, and there will be another full moon in Cancer on January 15th. Now, you may have Cancer highly aspected in your chart as well, but those two dates are something to keep in mind. Especially for this reading. There may be something that occurs in January that's very, 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 especially it being right under the tornado there, it may be very important. There may be something that happened in July that was very important, maybe a destructive force. Something destructive may have happened in July for your finances, for your career. You do have new life here in reverse. It says you are clearing out old energies and forging a new path, leading you to great new discoveries and adventures. This came in reverse. There is a stall here. There is something that is stalled, but I have to tell you, I've never seen, at least so far in this series, these are the most powerful cards I've come across. So you have the Siren here, and you know, this is a temptation that may lead you astray. Be very careful here, Gemini, that you aren't tempted by something that could lead you astray, because this looks like very powerful energy. It looks like life-changing energy. So if you are tempted by something, for one reason or another, something to do with money, you know, this could even have something to do with a relationship, right? That impacts your money. But there's something to do with your career, your money, that there will be a temptation presented to you. It's going to seem very, very good, and you're going to be very, very tempted to take it. And I think Spirit is trying to tell you to really rethink this. You do have huge decisions, and that's no surprise. You have huge decisions here on the table. You notice all those doors, and there's one red door. You may be tempted to go through a door that's not very good. Really think about that. You do have job loss, termination of employment. So you may be walking out on a job. You may be terminated from a job. You may be worried about something like that happening. That is on the table for a reason. By the way, you're the only one who has actually pulled two of those cards as well. Now, getting to this, you have Earth here. You pulled the element of earth, and earth here is something to, I mean, look, that's a mountain, right? You can't move a mountain. You may feel that there is a mountain in front of you that is difficult to get over. It is, earth is a very different element than air, right? An air sign as well. And air is very, you know, it's very free. It floats around. It conforms, especially Gemini being a mutable air sign. But that is earth. That's something you're looking at that can't be moved, can't be changed. You feel like that mountain is in the way of something. You have the Chariot, and this is one of the other Cancer energies that I was speaking on when I first when I first started the reading. The Chariot in this deck, it is somebody, you know, moving on to another path. The Chariot. Wow, there's so much I can say here. So Cancer is highly aspected. Really let me know if Cancer is highly aspected in your chart in general, or if something happened during Cancer season, which was July. But there's Cancer all over this reading. And the thing is, with the Chariot, there are so many ways to look at it. It could be like you moving forward, or you trying to move forward and coming across this mountain, right? It could be... like the Chariot is in general an instrument of war. You could feel like you're at war with something or someone in your life, and you need to get into that Chariot and fight for your rights, fight for your survival, fight for something that is owed to you. You may feel, you know, sort of burdened with that. You also have the card of Aquarius, which I really like. I mean, everyone loves the star, right? And yes, it represents the sign of Aquarius, but more than that, it represents your hopes, your dreams, healing, things like that. So you may be trying, right, you may look at this mountain and see it as an immobile thing that is difficult to get over, an obstacle. You're looking to push forward and get over that mountain for sure, and come to perhaps a resolution, make a decision about this. And here, it's almost like, excuse me, this is not the star. I'm so sorry. This is actually, I was going to say this reminds me so much of Virgo. This deck is very different, and the star is very similar in this deck. This is Virgo. So this is the Hermit. And this actually makes a lot of sense, because this is someone who goes introspective, right? You see how they're on the mountain here with their lantern, which that is the star, by the way. That is Aquarius in the Hermit's lantern. And that's probably another reason I got confused. But if you notice, this person is on a mountain. They're trying to figure things out by themselves. They're spending a lot of time alone. You could be in a very reflective, hermit-like state where you're spending a lot of time by yourself. You do carry your hopes and dreams in that small lantern here, Gemini, and the flame has not gone out yet, but it looks like you're up against a lot here. There's a lot with that tornado, and I mean, it's just a lot of new life in reverse. There's something blocking you. It's like this mountain is blocking you. You have this temptation here. You're going to be tempted to take a shortcut or do something, and I'm urging you not to do it, whatever that is, whatever presents itself to you. There is a termination of some kind here. There is something that's going to end. You could look at this like a completion, like you walking away from a job. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get fired. This is some sort of moving on from a job that you've had. Maybe that's a wish. Maybe that's part of the decision. For some of you anyway. Maybe that's part of a decision that you're going to have to make. But you're going to have a decision here. And that red door keeps popping out at me. And just be very mindful. Be very mindful. You have now, to top it all off, you have in your past, and this is your recent past, you have the Tower. Unexpected change. Something cataclysmic happened here. Some unexpected change occurred. Something that was built on a faulty foundation. Aries energy. Some people think it's Scorpio energy. It could be. Either way, it is demolition, right? It is something that's destroyed in order so you could rebuild it. It could go with this. Perhaps it's your job. There is definitely something going on here where your past, there was something that came down, something that was, like I said, built on a faulty foundation, something that wasn't stable, finally had to end, finally had to come down. You have here in the center of your reading, the Chariot again, and that's more Cancer energy. And what did I say? It is an instrument of war. You can see the Chariot clearly in this picture. It does say willpower, and you may want to forge ahead, try to get over that mountain. That may be what you're putting most of your energy into, trying to get past something, trying to get over something, trying to make what is immobile more mobile, going introspective with it. You're caught up in this tornado. I think this tornado sort of goes with the Tower, this unexpected storm that came. It's messing with your life and messing with your ability to move forward. This is where you're at now. You're in this instrument of war, trying to defend yourself, trying to move forward. Now, in the future, you have the Sun. But in this deck, right, as you can see, this is unexpected change. This is sort of the willpower to try to fight for yourself. And this, the Sun, is a revelation. It's Leo energy, for sure. But it is, if you notice, the Sun is illuminating something to these people. There is going to be a revelation in your near future that this is very strong energy. You have 3 major arcana here. This is life-changing energy, okay? There is going to be something in your future that is illuminated to you. Now, I pulled 3 cards after this because I really wanted to expand on it right away. And you do have the 9 of Swords. So whatever it is that's illuminated to you here, Gemini, may make you very anxious, may give you sleepless nights. You may be experiencing a lot of sleepless nights, lack of sleep, lack of rest. You may have been trying, you may have had aspirations here for the 10 of Cups, like a happy ending, something. You see how these people are under a rainbow, looking at dancing, happy, you know. You're going from the 10 of Cups to the Page of Wands, ultimately, right? So you're going from perhaps this dream, and it looks like a dream. It doesn't look like something that happened. It looks like this is what you aspired to. You aspired to this happiness, but now you're back at almost square one. You have the Page here, and the Page of Wands is great because it is the beginning of a brand new passion, a brand new light, a brand new spark, but it's in a different direction. There is something that's going to be illuminated to you here. There is something that's going to come out. There's a revelation you're going to come to. You're fighting a war. You are. You're fighting a war. Let's expand on this now. You have the Tower here, this unexpected change that happened in Gemini's past. And you have here Elephant, a long journey, right? Either physical or mental. Yeah, this may have been a very long journey for you that led up to this Tower moment, right? This thing coming down. You have willpower. Well, you have this Chariot, this instrument of war in your present. And it says rat. It says someone is working against you behind the scenes. You may have hidden enemies in this war that you're fighting. Okay? You have the Sun, this revelation that comes in your future, your near future, this revelation. You have a woman here. Dealings or relationships with a woman. This could have something to do with a woman, right? This could be an official woman in your life. This could be a woman in your life in general. This person who is the rat honestly could be the woman, but you're going to come to a realization, a revelation, and it's going to have something to do with a woman. There is a woman involved. I'm going to pull one more card on that. Show me more about this revelation, please, for Gemini, please, Spirit. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. This is someone who is arrogant. This is someone who is full of themselves. This is someone that possibly could be in a position of authority. Somebody who is someone that you should not go up against, that you'll lose if you go up against this person. There's a rat in your midst, and it really wouldn't surprise me if it had something to do with this woman. There is somebody you should not cross, Gemini. Show me this Nine of Swords, please, for Gemini. You have here Goldfish. It says increase in material wealth, but this did come in reverse. Yeah. And I believe it means something. Now, my reverse cards with these tea leaves, they don't always mean something, but I think in this situation it does. There is something here that is threatening your money. There is something here that is threatening your job. There may be a woman involved in this situation. There may be a rat involved in this situation. There is someone working against you behind the scenes. This is a very, very powerful time for you. There is way too many powerful cards on this table to mess around with anything that you are not completely 100% secure about. You have here this 10 of Cups, and I do think this is what you were aiming towards. You have ear. It says good news, but this is in reverse as well. I know what you want. I know what you wanted. I can see what you wanted. You have this Page. And this page is starting new. It is starting fresh. It says pay attention to your health. I do think that's true too. I'm pretty sure that one of your readings had that warning in it to pay attention to your health. It could be your mental health. It could be your physical health. There is something going on here, Gemini. There is someone working against you. I'm really sorry, because to be honest with you, most of the readings, I mean, I can't really name one that was this complicated or this heavy, but I have to call it as I see it. I have to give the warnings when I find them, and I think somebody needed to hear it. And so you really have to be very careful about who you trust during this time. There is an untrustworthy person around you. You have huge decisions to make in your future. There is something that's going to happen here in October. For sure, at the bottom of the deck, it says not likely. There is something that you are hoping for that isn't likely. There is something that it's this 10 of Cups, right? There is something that you are hoping for that is not likely to happen, but there is something big that is going to be happening here in October for you. There is something big that is going to happen here. I feel the need to pull more cards because this energy is just so here. I'll pull from here. This energy is just so strong. It is such a strong energy. Give me 2 for Gemini, please. Give me 2. 1. Give me 1 more for Gemini, please. 1 more, Spirit. 1 more. I'll take 2. You have Uranus. There's 4 here. I'll take all 4. So you have what you're wanting. You're wanting your freedom. You want your freedom. You want your abundance, your 10 of Cups. There may be a divine masculine involved in this. You yourself may be a divine masculine. Spirit may be asking you to tap into your divine masculine, which means your more assertive behavior. The Chariot is certainly an assertive card. You do have separation and longing. You may be separated from something that you really once loved. Right? And this is not a love reading. So there is a separation here on the table. There is a rat working against you. This whole reading is a warning. If you know who this rat is, it seems to be a female. This could be, like I said, someone in a position of authority. This could be someone who you have in your day-to-day life, somebody you work with, it could be anybody. It's going to be different for each Gemini. But there is somebody that you really need to pay attention to and be careful of here. This is a warning, Gemini. This is a warning. I'll pull 1 more card for you here. For Gemini, look towards October. Look towards October. There is something you're hoping for here that's not going to happen. Do not trust this person. Be very careful about crossing the person who they told you not to cross, and be very careful about a tempting offer or something that may cut. There's Pluto. Yep, transformation. Scorpio energy. Pluto is in Aquarius right now, wreaking havoc. Pluto is the Tower. It's complete, it's a complete flattening. You have here, you have Leo energy, and that is like the sun right here. Yeah, Leo in the 5th house. There is something that you need to be creative with here. You need to be creative with something. You have a huge decision in front of you. You're faced with some sort of loss. There is someone working against you that you absolutely need to figure out who this is and weed them out of your life, or at least pay damn good attention to it, to this person. Because look, this is someone who may be on the arrogant side and someone you should not cross. This could be someone in a position of authority. This could be someone at work. I know I keep repeating myself, but the energy in this reading is so strong. It says someone working against you behind your back. Take heed. Take heed, Gemini, and look towards October for some really big news. I wish you the biggest cyber hug right now. Namaste. Hello Taurus, welcome to your quickie reading for career and money. So let's look at everything. We'll jump right into it here. We do have the full moon in Capricorn card. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You may have Capricorn highly aspected in your chart. There was a double actual full moon in Capricorn, one on July 21st, one on June 21st. So between June 21st and July 21st, there may have been a sort of awakening on your part, or the end of a tough cycle that may have been prominent, or at least beginning at that time. Something at work or with your money may have happened at that time, a tipping point in some way. You do have, it's a time to, sort of go in and look at the big picture. And that may be part of what you were doing or are doing at the moment. You do have the Hermit, and that's also an introspective card here. It is the sign of Virgo for sure. You may have Virgo, it's very earthy energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but it is the card of Virgo, and it is going inward. It's going inward with that lantern. This person has a lantern of knowledge and a lantern of life experience, and they go in and they make decisions about their future. You have the Maiden here. I think that's very interesting. It says a new relationship blossoms, but this is a career reading, a money reading, and the Maiden is the Virgin, right? The Maiden is the Virgin. We have the Virgin twice here. We have the Virgin, meaning Virgo. We have the Virgin in the Maiden card. And, it is newness. It's something new. It's something that's springing forth, that's fresh, that's new. You have the Rain card, and there is something being washed clean. Do you see a theme yet, Taurus? There is something being washed clean, right? Refreshed, clean, new. You have the Bewitched card here, the Bewitching card in reverse. It says someone may be using witchcraft to obtain their desires, or you're caught in a love spell. Contrary, you are absolutely seeing things crystal clear. So the rain is washing everything clean. You're seeing things crystal clear. You're going introspective. You're looking at life in a new way. There is follow-up here. And, usually the follow-up comes after we pursue something, right? So it happens after a new beginning takes place. So you may be on the verge of a new beginning, and you're going into that second level of something here. I really like this for you. Now, this card, I don't know if you watched the shuffling, but this card actually fell on the floor on my dog. So I did put it in sideways, and I took it as a sign that we should read it both ways. It is temptation and manipulation here, and this is coming in sideways in your past. And there may have been something along the lines of money, along the lines of your career, maybe someone at work. It could even be a family member, as long as it's in regards to money. It could be anyone. There was someone in your past manipulating you, tempting you with perhaps a certain thing. That is in your past. It is Capricorn energy. You have heavy Capricorn energy here on the table. This gives birth to the Emperor in reverse. It does say cruelty, but the Emperor in reverse is someone who uses their position of power against you. You may be experiencing that now. That may have been very recent. You may experience it in the very, very, very near future. There is someone in your midst between this reversed Emperor card and the Devil card that does not have your best interests at heart. For sure. And these are major arcana, so it's somebody that's important in your life. But I have to tell you, in your future, you do have the Queen of Wands here, which is confidence. I was going to say the Queen of Confidence. The Queen of Wands is a significant amount of achievement in a short window of time. It's determination. right? Very, very, very strong energy for success. So whatever is going on, I think that the rain is washing you clean. You're starting to see things clearly. You're at a point where if you're in a tough cycle with someone, they may be exiting your life, or you may be walking away, or at the very least, no matter what, the end of a tough cycle is approaching, or perhaps has approached during that double full moon. You are seeing things crystal clear. You're not whoever this is not pulling the wool over your eyes any longer, if they even did to begin with. You're moving on to the next step with this follow-up, and your future is just so secure. Let's look at let's clarify some of this stuff. I think it's pretty clear, but we'll clarify anyway. We have the devil here in your past. It says dagger, right? Fear, worries, tense situation. When I look at the dagger, I see it being pierced into someone's back. It could be a backstabby type situation for sure. There is somebody that, like I said, did not have your best intentions at heart. You have here a table, hard work ahead. And I do think you do have hard work ahead, but I think it's going to be great because you have this Queen of Wands in your future. So whatever hard work that you are asked to do is going to pay off in spades. You have January, and you know, I don't usually use these cards for timing, but January has clearly come out. So it looks like your future position here, by the time January comes, Taurus, you're going to be in a whole different situation. Whatever introspection, whatever newness is coming into your life, whatever the clouds are parting and you're seeing is going to give birth to this beautiful energy for you in the new year. I love that for you. Give me another timing card. It's in progress now. Many of you are, and now all the Taurians that are listening to this are on different timelines. Some of you may be in the situation where you're being manipulated, or you're upset, or someone's using their position of power against you. Some of you are in progress now, are already in this beautiful wand energy. And at the bottom of the deck, it says, it's up to you. And I would say so, Taurus. But, you know, I don't think anyone needs to tell you that twice. I think you already know that. You are not the type of sign that just sits around waiting for things to happen to you. I think that you're going to see an opportunity here, and you're going to take it. And like I said, for many of you, it's actually happening as we speak. Give me one for Taurus, please. Give me one for Taurus. You might be guarded and vulnerable. There's the deception card at the bottom of the deck. You may have been guarded with this person, but there was good reason for it here, Taurus. Nobody got there. Whoever it is that tried to do this, you saw right through it. You understood what was going on, or if you're in that right now, you're going to come to understand what's going on, especially with this Hermit card. You're going to go introspective. You're going to use all this earth energy for your favor. You're going to use water energy to wash the situation clean, and you're going to use fire energy to move ahead. Great reading. I'll pull one more card. The thing is, I think most of the Taurians that are listening to this, they're going to do all this naturally. The reading was probably unneeded. 2. I'll take it. This does say Sagittarius in the 9th house, spirituality and knowledge. With that Hermit card, you have the knowledge that already. You have the knowledge. You have the wisdom already. It's at your disposal. Here you have Libra in the 7th house, and it says partnerships, balances, one-on-one relationships. You may be... So this could go either way here. This could be a partnership that you were involved in, right? If this was a love situation, this love situation directly impacted your finances. You were with a manipulative person. If this was a partnership at work, same thing. If this was a partnership as a friendship, same thing. There was a partnership here on the table between you and something else, or someone else that had to you had to shine a light. You had to shine this light on it to see it clearly, to see what was going on clearly, and you have, or you definitely will. A deception is on the table. You are guarded for a reason. Your future is beautiful. It's up to you, but it's in progress now, Taurus. I wish you all the luck. Namaste. Hello, Aries. Welcome to your money/career meeting. So interesting. I mean, you pulled two major arcana overshadowing this whole situation, and they're pretty major. I mean, you have the Tower, which is a leveling of something that you looked at least at one time, like it was sturdy and secure. It is the tearing down of that. It could be a sudden realization. It could be a sudden influx of energy that just creates this atmosphere of destruction. You have the Death card. You know, this is Aries energy, by the way. Some people will look at that like it is Scorpionic energy, but either way, that it is destruction. It's Mars energy. You have here the Death card. This is definitely Scorpio energy, and it is death and mostly rebirth. It is something leveling, something being destroyed, and something else being reborn. It looks like if this hasn't happened yet, it will, and you are going to be forced to move on from a situation. I do think the universe is nudging you in that direction. You do have crystallized here, and this particular card is a card of creation, right? It's a card of creation. It solidifies things. Something is taking shape. Something is becoming something else. You have the Seer, and this is your intuition. Your intuition, it does say follow your intuition. Your intuition is going to guide you in this situation. If you find yourself in this situation in the future, try to remain, I know it's difficult for an Aries to remain calm in these situations, but try to remain calm, follow your intuition, and understand there is something else being born out of this. You may have a toxic work environment, Aries. This could be toxicity, obviously, in the workplace. This could be toxicity between two partners. It could be toxic. There's a toxic work environment on this table, and every card points to it. You have new moon in Scorpio, more Scorpio energy. It says work through your fears. This may invoke some fear. This may invoke some anger, but you're being asked to work through this and see the bigger picture. The new moon in Scorpio is coming on November 1st. That may be a timeline for you in this whole situation. Now, the attraction card has come in sideways, and it says it's a very auspicious time for you. Something new will enter your life that will change your life for the better. And this came in sideways. So this is a choice. All right. My sideways cards anyway are choices. So you're going to be presented with a choice on whether to accept this as this leveling as a chance to have something brand new in your life, or you're going to look at it like it's just destruction for the sake of destruction. These are very, very strong cards, Aries. Very strong cards. Very major cards. Life-changing cards. So I urge you to look at this the right way. Something new will enter your life that will change your life for the better. And I kept wanting to say forever. Change your life forever. There is something major going on here. No doubt, no doubt. Here in your past, you have an authoritarian figure with this King of Swords in reverse. This may be a boss. This may be somebody you're dealing with at work. You do have this person looking at you as a page, looking down upon you, thinking they're better in some way, perhaps keeping you down, keeping you at page level. There is something that's going to happen here in your present moment, and each of you are on different timelines in this situation. But there is something that either is happening as we speak or will happen very shortly, and you're going to see the truth. Do you see the sword of truth with the crown on top? You're going to take your place here with the truth. You're going to see that you're not a page. You're going to see everything for what it is. It may be a shock. It may be, for some of you anyway, it may be a shock. For others of you, I think you understand, you see right through all this. Here in your future, you do have the Ten of Swords. And this Ten of Swords may be this tower looming. Something that happens that makes it crystal clear with these swords what's going on at your workplace. Something that makes it crystal clear that it is a toxic work environment and that you need to make a choice. There is something that is taking shape here for sure. Learn to work through your fears and your anger to see the truth. Now, I pulled 3 extra cards. I only did that for a few signs, but you had such major cards here on the table that I decided to do this for you. In your future here, you have the King of Pentacles, which is stable earth energy. So when you come out of this event, when you come out of this frame of mind, when you come out of this death energy, you're going to be in you're going from a page to a king. You have judgment in reverse. You will not be reborn. Your judgment is going to kick in, and your judgment is going to be harsh here, Aries. You're not going to be reborn within this situation. You're going to be reborn in another, because your last card here is the Sun, Leo energy for sure. But everyone knows that the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. You're moving on to stability here. You're moving on to joy. You're coming from ruin, toxicity, being stabbed in the back, being looked down upon. You're moving into a certain, man, this is such strong energy. It is such strong, really good energy. This might come as a lightning strike for some of you, but it's coming. Show me this past energy for Aries, please. You have victory. But you see victory is even coming in sideways here. You were meant to be victorious, Aries. And this always kind of reminds me of Aries with the horns, right? You were meant to be this. This came in sideways because someone was keeping you at a certain level, or someone might be doing that as we speak. But I have to tell you, this is not something that's going to stay this way. And the universe sometimes brings on a tower when we don't make a decision, and we stay in a situation that's not for us, that isn't for our best. You have hidden secrets can harm you. And here's the skull. The hidden secrets can harm you, but with this sort of truth, whatever's hidden is going to come to light. It is coming to light. Let me pull one more from this deck. I try to make it as even as possible with these decks, but it's just... it's such a difficult deck to hold on to. Here, show me this Ten of Swords energy for Aries. You have older man. So this may have something to do with an older man. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. You may be dealing with an older man at work. You yourself may be an older man, but I'm really getting the feeling that for many of you, all this negativity seems to stem from an older man. Show me this King of Pentacles energy for, you have the scales, right? It says keep your life in balance. You're going to receive your justice here. When I see the scales, I do see justice. I see Libra energy, but this King of Pentacles is coming in very strong for your future, and you're going to receive justice. Whatever it is that happens to you or happened to you, you're going to receive your justice. You do have haystack. It says you will reap what you have sown. What did I just say? You're going to receive your justice. Just see the truth for what it is. Okay? Show me this judgment card. You have Peacock, beware of great pride. when it's time to judge this situation, put your pride on a shelf and really look at it for what it is. Use your sword. Don't use your wand. Use your sword, Aries. Beware of great pride, okay? But I'm telling you, you have this table. There is hard work ahead. And man, with the sun, it's going to be joyful hard work. Whatever hard work is in your future here with this King of Pentacles and this Sun card, man, it is super good energy. But man, I feel it. I do feel that either you have gone through something very big or you are about to. This tower needed to fall to clear the space for something really good for you. And I'm not just saying that to soften anything. You saw me do the cards. I do that for a reason, right? I do the cards. I shuffle them really well on camera. And if you ever want to slow it down, you could use that gear shift knob so you can really see it. They flip out by themselves. Give me a timeline here for Aries. It says next full moon. The next full moon. I'm wondering if it's this new moon. Bottom of the deck here, it says April. There may have been something that went on here in April. I don't think this is next April as far as something coming to fruition, but there may have been something that happened here in April that sort of set the tone for all this. I think that was around eclipse season, right? The next full moon, I mean, if you give me 1 second, I'm just going to look this up. Your next full moon, August 19th. Next full moon is August 19th. So look for something that happens here in this situation on August 19th. Also, definitely look for something positive going on in the new moon in Scorpio in November 1st. So your key dates here are August 19th, November 1st. And think back to April here. Really good positive energy, but very, a lot of change. You have that Ten of Swords energy. You have that, I mean, there is something that's going to stem from your work environment that's toxic enough for you to move on to something better. And I do think Spirit is doing this specifically so you move on. There's too much good here for you to stay here. I wish you all the luck, Aries. Namaste.